So welcome everybody to this air-based practice today. We're going to be looking at the element of air which resides or which relates to Anahata chakra. So we're going to be looking at the qualities of the heart, the beautiful qualities of the heart in this practice, which are devotion, gratitude, and joy, even compassion. But the practice will have a lot of ease and grace. Yes, a lot of lightness and beauty. And so we're going to bring this attitude into our practice, seeing how we can move with this beautiful, in this beautiful, easeful way. Yeah, not forcing or efforting, but very light and free. And we're also going to be looking into Vijnanamaya Kosha, which is the body that relates to the level within us that relates to wisdom, or the deeper intuitive mind, the higher mind. And so this is the part of us where the insights and the revelations, when we start to see the bigger picture, the deeper meaning in our lives. This is Vijnanamaya Kosha. So we'll be looking in and checking during the practice, is anything arising at this moment? Any insights, any revelations, any deeper seeings? Yeah. So let's begin by bringing in the element of air, the beautiful breath. So you can keep your eyes a little bit open, or if you prefer, you can close them. It's up to you. Just closing and softening the eyes, softening the face, softening the shoulders and the arms and the hands and fingers. Softening the chest and the belly, the whole of the belly, the upper abdomen, lower abdomen as well. And right into the pelvic bowl. Right down into the earth and down into the legs and feet and toes. So the whole body feels at ease. There's no holding on, no tightness or tension. We're just softening into this moment together and starting to deepen the breath now. We can come to the beautiful sound of Ujjayi Breath. And any time that the breath feels strained or it goes out, you can just breathe anyway. Make sure the breath is natural and that it feels really beautiful to breathe. We're going to create a lot of beauty in our practice. So we begin with the breath, breathing deep. And feel how the breath goes into every cell. Breathing all the way down into the hands, into the feet, all the way into the face, all the way into the heart. The whole body is breathing. And you can just turn the corners of the mouth up. So we have this inner smile, this gentle smile on our face. And quite naturally, this just gives us a feeling of contentment, a feeling of satisfaction, of fulfillment. And start to move the head, just bringing the head forward very gently and around in a very smooth and easeful circle. So we are continuing to breathe and we're feeling like the head is so light. Even if you're feeling heavy this morning, once you start to feel like, it's almost like the head is just moving by itself. And in the opposite direction. At the same time, we're paying attention to how it feels. And now back to center, and as we rise up through the spine, the arms naturally come out and up. We feel the hands coming together, palms of the hands, and down in a prayer-like position, all the way down through the center and rising up, really stretching the arms out to the side. And coming down like a prayer, we can start to bring gratitude in. So as we open, we literally open to the whole of life and all that it brings us, all of the lessons that it gives us, and we say thank you. And again, inhale, stretching the arms wide, and exhale as much as you can, saying thank you for everything I have right now in my life. Breathing into the heart, start to direct the breath into the heart center, into Anahata chakra. As we stretch the arms out wide, we also open up the heart meridians, the energy channels for the heart, which run down the inner arm inside here. So as we stretch out like this, those channels are opened. We start to bring more energy into the heart, and then we start to feel the qualities of the heart much more. And gratitude, joy, love. Let's just do 3 more. Feel the effects on the arms. You'll probably feel that the arms may be burning around the shoulder region. They might be tired. And on this last one, I want you to really feel the sensation as the palms of the hands touch. Feeling the warmth in between the hands. And just bring the hands down to the knees and relax the arms. How beautiful it is to relax completely. And just leaning forward with the heart pushing forward, we start to circle. Maybe you want to just gentle circles if there's any aches in the body, any tension in the hips. So we're all meeting our own physical capacity, tuning into what feels right, what feels too much, and adjusting to suit our own body. So if this feels too much for you, you can just do very gentle circles. And if it doesn't feel enough, then you can go deeper. And now just start to feel like the movement is effortless. Like you're made of air. There's so much air inside that we feel light. So light. There's no heaviness in the body. We're tuning into the quality of lightness today in our practice. And let's go in the opposite direction. And start to relax the face even more. Relax the head and the neck. Coming back to center when you're ready. And just feeling the effects of this circling the body. Good. And let's come now onto the hands and knees. And just to begin with, after we've been sitting for a little bit cross-legged, let's just stretch out the knees and drop the head completely. Relax the face, relax the neck. You can just turn the head. Good. And then coming down onto the hands and knees and into cat and cow. Inhaling as we come up. Exhaling as we go down. And now just coming into the intuitive movement, bringing the body, hips circling, and still creating this arching and rounding of the back. But we're starting to move with our own breath in our own time. Looking at the different places we can go to and how they feel. You can start to move down and also come forward, maybe into a gentle upward facing dog, just stretching out the fronts of the hips and moving back. And then combining those movements as you like. Just basically giving your whole body a stretch, feeling. Anahata chakra is also about feeling the sense of touch. How does it feel? And coming back to center, hands and knees. We're going to take the right arm up, opening, reaching up, opening the shoulders, the heart, looking up to the sky, and then we're going to thread this arm through. So I'll just do it here so you can see the arm is going through, and we're coming onto the side of the head. And then we can lift the left arm up if it feels comfortable. If not, just keep it on the ground. And if you can, take it behind you and then lift that left shoulder up and breathe. Good, and coming with the hand down on the ground, coming back onto all fours, and we'll do the opposite side now. Left arm going up as high as you can. We're really seeing if we can open up the area of the heart today. Bringing the arm through onto the left side of the face, right arm going up, or staying on the ground as a modification, and then coming around and lifting the right shoulder up as much as you can. Breathing. Good, and releasing, coming down and back into hands and knees, and just coming now into child's pose, but we're going to round and pulling up through the spine, open up through the arms, opening the heart wide. As you do that movement, exhale down. Inhale, come forward to the front of the mat with the hands, so we're further than we were in cat and cow. We're now in a modified plank position, and we can just check on the distance by coming into plank and then dropping the knees as a modification to make this practice more easeful. Inhale, looking forward, and exhale. We're going to bring our heart, our belly and our chin down to the earth. Inhale, rise into baby cobra to begin with. And then exhale, we come back. We look to the hands. We're going to slide the hands, rolling up through the spine. Inhale, wide open. It gives this feeling of joy, of gratitude. Hands coming down, we say thank you for everything that I have right now in this moment. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down. Inhale, rise. A little bit higher, feeling the back. Exhale, bowing down. Inhale, rolling up, rising. Exhale, hands down. So we're going to continue with this movement and bring more devotion into it, more heart, more feeling. So as we come down now, we're saying thank you. Like a full prostration. Inhale, we're opening the heart. Exhale, we're bowing down again, saying thank you to everything I have right now in my life. Inhale, opening wide. Exhale, again, this symbol of gratitude. So this movement or this practice becomes like a prayer. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, deep breaths. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. How much gratitude? Inhale. Exhale. How much gratitude can you express? Inhale through your movement. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. How can you embody this gratitude? Exhale. As you move. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, hands down to the heart. So just take a moment here to tune in and see if that was difficult for you in any way, to try to express gratitude, to try to feel or connect to gratitude. Some days it's just really difficult, and other days we feel so thankful, so grateful. So just recognizing without any judgment how that was for you. And just meeting whatever is coming up, whatever emotion, whatever thoughts are arising in this moment. Everything is changing and flowing, and we can just allow it to all go on inside of us. Let's take the hands back, and we'll do another heart opening posture, simple posture where we can push the chest forward, take the shoulders back, lift the head. And if you want to, and if it feels comfortable for you with a long neck, you can then start to open the throat as well by taking the head right back. If it feels too much, you can come up and just push the heart forward, take the shoulders back. Good. And slowly rising back to center, and just for a moment feel the effects in the area of the heart. Do you feel more warmth, more energy, more blood flow? Good. And coming into downward facing dog, stretching the knees and the ankles and the feet. We'll bring the feet together. We'll take the right leg up very carefully, slowly up into the air. And bending the knee, we'll bring that foot in, into a lunge, coming down onto the knee nice and gently and lifting the heart here. And just take a few breaths, keep breathing nice and deep. And if you feel stable, then the other option is to open. Again, the heart, stretching the arms out here, lifting right up. And then opening the heart, bringing the arms into this position and down. Good, coming back onto the knees and back into downward facing dog. Let's bring the feet together, lift the left leg up. And coming in on the other side. Again, lifting up first. If that's enough for you, you can stay here. And if you'd like to go deeper, then stretching right up. And taking the hands out. This really opens up those arms and shoulders and the heart area. And down. Good, back to downward facing dog. We'll just do a couple more of those. Inhale, right leg rising up. Exhale, coming in. Inhale, rising up this time, or keeping the hands on the ground. Exhale here. Inhale, taking the leg back. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Feet together. Inhale, left leg rising. Exhale, bringing the leg in. Inhale, sweeping the arms up or keeping them down. Exhale here. And inhale, taking the leg back. And exhale into downward facing dog. Good. Just opening the feet. And taking the hips from side to side. Keep breathing nice and deep into every cell in the body.
And slowly start to walk the hands back. If you need to, then bend your knees, lifting up halfway, and just folding the arms, hanging upside down. You're just going to gently sway from side to side if that feels okay. If not, you can keep still. Good. Take the arms around, interlink the fingers. And bring the hands over. Feel the shoulders opening. Feel the blood coming into the head. And down. Bringing the hands to the ground and the feet turning out to the sides. Lift up and feel the blood that's been in the head coming down into the body. If it's difficult to hold this shape, you can put your hands down on the floor. Lift up through the spine, nice and tall. And then exhale, hands down, turning the feet parallel. We're going to come up vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, rise, lift up. And exhale, let's come back down now into that squatting position. Inhale, turning the feet. Exhale, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, wide open. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So we're getting this element of air deep into the body. Inhale, deep breaths in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Start to feel the body is light. Inhale. There's no effort. Exhale. The movement is effortless. Inhale. Exhale. Body is light. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, coming up to standing and just taking a few moments to ground the feet into the earth and feel the rest of the body so light and free. And just checking in if there's anything arising in this moment on the level of the higher mind. Any insights, any deeper seeings. And we can have these in our yoga practice where all of a sudden we feel like, I understand now that situation and why it had to arise in my life. We get this clarity as we start to really work with the higher chakras, the wisdom of the heart. Good. So we'll come in now to feet together. And we're going to lift the left leg up. So we're coming into tree.
You can come lower down if you're feeling wobbly. And you can actually have the foot on the ground if you want to in this posture. If you feel a little braver, you can bring the foot up under the knee on the calf muscle. And if you want to go even more, you can bring it above the knee. And then when the foot is there and you feel stable, start to take the arms out. Again, here is this movement, this heart opening movement, opening up the channels that run down the inner arms. And we're looking at a point in front of us that's not moving. We're keeping our gaze steady on that point, one pointed focus. And we're remembering to breathe. And start to feel the beauty of the tree. So in the yoga practice, we're emanating all the different expressions of nature. People, warriors, animals, dogs, cats. And in nature, mountains, trees. So we're expressing the beauty and the power of the tree. Lift the arms right up above the head. And in that symbol of gratitude, bring the hands down. And if you can, if you feel like you can come into Natarajasana, just release that leg first. See if you can take hold of it with your left hand. I'll just turn a little bit so you can see me. And then we're going to either stay here or we can just come a little bit forward. Maybe a little bit more. Don't worry if you wobble and if you have to come down. That's pretty normal when you're standing on one leg. Just coming as much as you want to into this dancer pose. And slowly up. And release down. Deep breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth with a sigh. Deep breath. Good. Let's come to the other side. So right leg coming up as high as you want, as high as you can. Arms coming out and rising up. Eyes focused on a point in front. Coming into the beauty and the expression of the tree. We are nature. We have all of the elements inside of us. We're all made of the 5 elements. All of the expressions of the earth, trees, mountains, and humans, animals, insects, all made of the 5 elements. And we're always changing shape, shape-shifting. Yeah, different shapes in the universe. And this is what we're expressing in the yoga practice. This shape-shifting from one posture to the other. Bringing that leg back. I'll just turn around so you can see. And we're coming into Natarajasana, the dancer pose. And you're just looking at how deep you can go. No need to push or force the body into any painful places. And slowly releasing the foot down. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. And again, deep breath in. Good, let's bring our hands to the heart and we'll come into a Vinyasa. Inhale and rise all the way up. Exhale, dive forward and into the legs. Inhale, rise up onto the fingertips. Exhale, step back. Drop the knees, come down to the earth, heart to the earth. Inhale, rise, exhale, back. Inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, let's bring it through, bringing the knee onto the ground. And to begin with the heel, we're sitting on the heel. Yes, so we're coming into pigeon posture, but what we're going to do first is sitting on the heel, we're just going to rock a little bit from side to side. And we can start to feel the stretching of the front of the left hip. So this is where the psoas muscle is. Psoas. And it's a very deep muscle that actually contracts when we have a shock. So when there's any trauma, it contracts. So if we're gentle with it and we're opening it back up with this intention to release any held tension or trauma in that area, we're being very kind, very loving with our body. We're treating the body with kindness. And in this way we can really heal. So this loving approach, this very heartful Anahata approach. And we're going to take that leg out. So the leg is coming out to the side, the foot is coming out to the side, as much as feels comfortable. It's a very deep hip opener, so don't push too much and be really careful about how the knee is feeling. And before we go down to the floor, we're just going to rock a little bit from side to side and feel what's going on in the hips. I can feel a lot is going on in my hips. Breathing into that area of the body where we're feeling the stretch happening. And then see if you can come into a balanced place. Not off to the side, just really directly forward. And we're going to bring our hands like this up onto the fingertips and then taking the shoulders back and leaning the heart into the posture. We're going to breathe into the heart. We're going to feel like the energy from all the planets up above, the cosmos, and all that energy that is coming down, we're going to breathe it in directly into the heart center. Feel the beauty of that, breathing in the whole of the cosmos into your heart. It's like making love with the universe. When your practice is really good, that's what happens. You're making love with the universe. Take your head back if it feels comfortable. And then exhale all the way down. And you can see how far you want to go, first stopping on the hands. And then maybe you can get to the elbows, and maybe you can go all the way down.
And as we're down here, what's really a beautiful thing to do is to make some sound. Sound can help to remove tension. And so we're just going to do 3 ohms as we are down at our deepest point. We're going to direct the sound into the area of the body, which is feeling the opening. So just simply taking a deep breath in here and exhaling with Om. And again, 2 more times. Just checking in to see if that helped you in any way to release and to relax. Good, coming back up and bringing that leg back. Or you might feel some sensation as you do that. It's really normal. And just rocking the hips from side to side and then coming into downward facing dog and continue to move the hips, walking in down dog, circulating all of the blood into the hip region. And we'll come forward with the left side. So again, we're starting with the heel directly under the left buttock and moving from side to side. And now you can see this is where the psoas muscle is running down the front of the right hip. And we feel the front of the right hip stretching open. When you lean into the right hand, you can really feel that. So just bringing your attention there, being very kind, breathing in with love into that area that can hold trauma. So it doesn't mean that you have any trauma or any tension. You might be free of trauma. But just breathing in anyway, seeing what you feel there. And then bringing that leg out. Good. And continuing with this little side-to-side motion. I find it's really good to move. Instead of just always staying very still. In yoga, we can, if we move, then we actually encourage this openness and this softness. And for me, it increases the flexibility. It's like you're gently massaging that hip joint. Good, and now coming into center, right up onto the fingertips, lift the spine, lift the neck, lift the chin and the heart. Breathing the whole of the cosmos into the heart center. Anahata chakra is being nourished by the energy. Good, inhale, take the head right back if it feels comfortable, and then exhale, either staying on the hands or on the elbows or all the way down. And in every posture, what we're looking into is firstly, how does the physical body feel here? Are you too deep? Is it painful in any way?
So you could be all the way down and it's too much, and then what you can do is adjust yourself and come back onto the elbows. And we'll do 3 Oms now, seeing if we can use the sound to help disperse tension. Deep breath in. And again. And again. And see if you can feel the vibration of sound inside the body, inside the cells. Good, and then slowly come up, and taking that foot back, moving the hips a little, coming into downward facing dog. So this constant coming into downward facing dog and bringing the head down and then lifting the head up, this shakes the whole of the body and helps to remove toxins, helps to bring the circulation into a much more flowing place where the energy is moving all the way up through the top of the head and down to the feet. So it's very rejuvenating, it's very revitalizing. Let's just sit here and feel the effects of downward facing dog. If you feel sluggish, if you feel lethargic, downward facing dog can really help to whoosh, really help to revitalize you. And just taking a moment here to feel the effects of the practice. Feel the hips and anything that is arising in this moment. Be it on the level of the body, the energy. Maybe some thoughts or emotions are moving within you. Or maybe there's some insights, some deeper seeings. Good. And let's come down onto our belly. So all the way down. And we're going to come into Salabhasana. And so just starting with the hands on the ground and lifting the chest. And seeing if you can soften the belly and breathe into the earth. As we do this, all of the internal organs are being massaged by the breath. At the same time, the back is strengthening. And now lift up the legs and the arms. And feel the lightness, like we're floating through the air as we come forward. Hands reaching forward. And gently, it's like we're swimming through the air. Light and graceful. And then back, lift up as high as you can, and then turning the head to the other side. Coming now, bending the knees and seeing if you can take hold of the ankles or the feet. Dhanurasana. And if this is enough for you, so we do the posture in stages. We're going to either stay here if this is enough, or we can lift the legs up and lift the chin and smile. And just very gentle and easy one today, just coming down. Good, and now turning over onto your back. I'm going to bring the knees up into the chest. Just hugging the knees. Give yourself a big hug. Big, big, big hug. Lift the head up. And slowly down. What we're going to do is just come into Happy Baby as a modification for Shoulderstand or Sarvangasana. So this is really good if you are menstruating today. This is a very easy modification. It could be easy, it could also be hard. If that's difficult to hold your feet, then you could hold the knees and just drop the legs. The other modification is to lift the legs up straight, and you can also get a strap and put it around the feet if it's too difficult to hold the legs up like this. So today we're just taking the practice very easy. We're going to do the modification of Sarvangasana. Either this with a strap or Happy Baby, or just holding the knees. Let's just take 5 breaths. Good, and now holding the knees, we're just going to circle the hips after we've done the hip opening posture of Pigeon. We're just going to check in to see how those hips feel at the end of our practice. A few circles one way and a few circles the other way. This really helps to stimulate the flow of synovial fluid in the joints. So it helps to encourage the production, and that keeps the hips really oiled nicely. So feel the ease and the grace of that circle. And you then also feel like, the hips are open and nicely oiled and flexible. So we bring this attitude in rather than, my hips are so tight, all of that kind of negative self-talk. Lifting the head up again. And now taking the left leg down, lift the head up. And then down, and we're going to come into a twist. And take the right arm out, looking over to the side, over to the right hand. And when you've reached your limit in that posture,
Then just start to soften and melt into the earth. Relax the face completely. Feel how peaceful the face is. Relax any tension in the hands or the arms, the legs, the hips, all the way through the body. Body is just softening and melting into the posture. The breathing into the belly is gently detoxifying the organs at the end of your practice. Everything is healthy and balanced and harmonious. Really being kind to our body, treating it with love and respect. Good. Bring the head up again. Hug and say thank you. Give gratitude to this body for all of the shapes that it's made today. Lift the head up and see if you can touch your nose to your left knee. And then slowly down. We'll come into a twist the other way. Nice and slow. So you can stop at any point where it feels right. If it feels too much, you can back off a little bit. But generally what happens is that if we stay here and we breathe beautifully into the part of the body where you're feeling the opening, then what can happen is you can just slowly start to melt and dissolve more into that shape as we let go, as we relax. Close the eyes and just dissolve and melt into the posture. Soft breaths into the belly, beautifully detoxifying the organs, nourishing the organs with breath and freshly oxygenated blood. Good, and then coming up, lifting the knees, one final hug. And down into Shavasana. So make sure you're comfortable in Shavasana. You can lift your head up and get the back of the neck nice and long as you place the head down. Shoulders down and the palms facing up. Feet as wide as the mat and feet just flopping out to the side. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. As you sigh the breath out, we're letting go of all tension that may be still held in the body. And again, deep breath in. Now, just for the beginning of this Shavasana, start to breathe nice and slow and deep. And breathe into every part of your body. And as you're breathing into every part, feel like the breath is relaxing that part completely. You can see how the breath can go all the way down into the feet, the energy of the breath, all the way into the hands and fingers. Gently soothing into Shavasana with the breath.
the element of air. Anahata chakra, feel like the heart is wide open as you lie here. Wide open to life and all that it teaches us. Wide open, ready to live life with an open heart. Ready to trust. And to really find joy as much as possible. And start to melt and dissolve into the earth. And just staying for as long as you want in this final posture, Savasana. Please stay for at least 5 or 10 minutes minimum. If you want to stay longer, you can. Enjoy.